Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Keenan Vikings going up against Roethlisberger Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. And a nice return sets them up pretty good. Here at the 30-yard line. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second down now after the pass completion. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Sherrills to return it. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now Keenum opting to back away from the line. He's going to take a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
To throw is Bridgewater. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Vikings coming out here again to take over on offense. And this is a crew, obviously, that was so close, Charles, to becoming the first ever team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So disappointment in that last game against Philly, but overall, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with the season.
They have to be because they put it all together. Won the NFC North. How about that win over the Saints in the divisional round? I mean, I don't know that they'll ever top that in terms of getting something done late in the game, especially with what was on the line. They do get Dalvin Cook back at running back next year. I think they'd still like to have a little more speed at wide receiver. But all in all, this team comes back pretty well intact and will be a force for a while.
Yeah, that defense is pretty set.
Very much so. I mean, try and move the ball against their front and then try and throw it against Xavier Rhodes. Good luck to you.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play fake. Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guy. Will take over at the 25-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown from 21 yards away. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 21-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings. football, and they've got it here with a first down. From the pistol, they run it with Murray, and he is leveled. Knocked down hard, right near the 39. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have straight on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This will be caught inside the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there?
And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Fitzgerald to Son. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
We go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Dancing to his left. And some room to run now. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit near the 48-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Buying time to his left. On the left side, it's McDonald. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. And incomplete on the deep ball. The tight end Blake Bell, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Keenum going to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They are going for it. Keenum. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. On first and 10, Keenum. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He may try and run for this. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Right there at the 43. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On first down, Keenum going with a screen for Murray. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half.
Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Here we go now.
They do go for it. It's Keenum. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He leaps over him. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Green, 39, green.
Keenum will try again on second down. Going deep for Diggs. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Keenum. Forced out to his left. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone, it's Keenum escaping the pressure right. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So Here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Well, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They will go for it. It's Keenum. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Daniil Hunter in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Everson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game.
Can do. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. It's Murray. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Desperation time for Keenum on 4th. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
These two.
On second down, it's Bell. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's Roethlisberger. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Here's Keenum now on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. Throwing is Keenum. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
From the red zone now, Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Stephon Tuitt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. To throw on second down is Keenum. And he's going to go down again. Ryan Shazier in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off William Gay. And now off to the races down the right side.